So just kind of at a general level, so we're in kind of the ramp up time for peak season right now. So how are you thinking about planning for it? What kind of resources or tools are you looking at to help figure out how many resources you want to add to the business, how you want to prepare for peak season right now?
Yeah, so the bulk of our business there in Texarkana, and being at a station, we're kind of getting I don't want to say marching orders, but requests for resources from sort of each of the main places that we go to. So, and they're each on a different schedule. Everybody does their own thing. So we got the information from Dallas a couple weeks ago, and they told us, we'd like to see this many more on weekends, essentially, maybe bringing back some things that had gone away over the course of the past year. And then adding on top of that, all throughout the week, they want to see extra. For us, it's like right on the edge of where we could probably we'll make it happen with the trucks we have there. It'll be a stretch. We could probably justify another one truck, maybe even two there to be safe with some of the age of our fleet. But, given the experience last year and some sort of lingering uncertainty macro wise, I am confident peak is going to be pretty big. I think all indicators are. I'm not as solid on my like 6 months after that. And that's the reason I'm not going out to buy 4 new trucks and try and take every little bit of peak that I can, because then I'll still have 4 trucks for the 6 months after that. And I don't know what that looks like yet. But truck wise, with the orders we've received so far for peak season, we should be able to do it. Driver wise, we are hiring more people. It is a combination of getting more out of our current guys. We got a lot of guys who are working 3 days who are going to work 5. We got guys working 5 who are going to work 6, stuff like that. And I think they're generally excited about it. I mean, they want that extra work during holiday season, more money.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think there's a really important distinction there that you talked about already, which is, pick 'em and delivery, your peak, your kind of projections are all coming from your terminal manager. Whereas Linehaul, you're thinking about the different places and different points in the network that are asking for additional resources. Now I know you said you're at your limit. Have you had any conversations, or have you talked or considered saying no to anything yet?
So not yet. I might even go the other way. If so, we go to Dallas, we go to Houston, we go to Memphis, Olive Branch, Little Rock, kind of all throughout there. We've really received Dallas's request. I don't really expect much from Houston, but if, say, Memphis came to me and said, we want an extra truck every single day of the week, that's one where I probably would evaluate it differently, because part of the calculus for me is, I'm still not 100% sure that that's a run that would persist after peak. But if it did, that is worth more to me than if a Dallas run were to persist. So I'm thinking a little bit differently about those requests, just kind of on what's valuable to me in the long run, right?
Yeah, yeah, and that is a very different thought process and conversation than P&D. Speaking of delivery, it is, trying to balance between what terminal says and what you really think is going to happen, and just trying to allocate those resources. But line haul, those aren't contracted runs that you have. So you have the ability to say no, or to kind of limit where you're going to put that volume. And so a lot of it is just like you're saying, the calculus and the thought process of where, if I'm going to invest extra, is worth the most to me in the long run. And I think that's an important thing for people to hear and be thinking about, is more, instead of just peak season's coming, there's extra volume, let me just dedicate as many resources as I can, is thinking about how far those dollars go afterwards and what kinds of footholds you can set up at these terminals to set you up for the next couple of years. Right. And so I think that's really important to kind of think through on this side.